Hi yogis, it is National Aboriginal Day and it's International Celebration of Yoga and Father's Day and solstice as well. Lots to celebrate. So we're celebrating with you this morning, yogis, to show you some of the things that you can do with your kitchen chair and your kitchen counter. Here's the first thing you could do. When you step up on your kitchen chair, bring your right foot onto the chair. You see how my left hand is on the counter for stability? Or I could take my hands to the chair back and hold on for stability. We're going to hop this left foot back, hopping and hopping and hopping back as far as that foot can reach, but maintain the knee over ankle as best you can. See how the back heel is lifted? The back foot is facing forward. Now, here's the challenge. As this front knee squeezes forward and the back heel reaches back, can you take the hips down, down, and down toward the floor? You see how this is a big piece of work on the hips. Make sure this back knee is lifting away from the floor. Keep the back thigh lifting away from the floor, and continue to squeeze the heel away from the knee away from the heel to free the hips, moving downward. When you have done the best you can as far as this will take you, then just ease the hips back and step down and see how things are on the second side. So I plant the right foot firmly. I step the left foot up. I could hold the counter. I could hold the chair. And I go hopping, hopping, hopping back. And here I'm easing this left knee forward as I squeeze the back heel back. And this results in the hips descending. See how the chest is lifted? You could take your hand to the counter and from the base of the abdomen, stretch up. The chest is lifted, but the knee is going forward. The heel is going back. The thighs are moving down. You bring a little movement to it. No, we don't bounce the muscles in yoga because that's a bit aggressive. But you could just ease your way down, squeeze your way down, see where you can get as the hips descend. Watch this back knee. It wants to give way. Whoops, push through the heel. Don't let it happen. And then to come out, ease the hips back and step down. Now that pose, it's a very modified padangustasana or high lunge, you might call it. That pose can take us to a whole new set of challenges of the rib cage. BKS Iyengar is very, very funny in many of his comments. He said, we have these floating ribs. They're not attached to the breastbone. He said, good thing, because they turned quite well. The ones attached to the rib cage are a little more rigid, a little less willing to turn. So we're going to test and see if we can move the floating ribs. Here's how it works. Planting the left foot on the floor, holding onto your counter, there's your chair, step up. Just as you did a moment ago, hold the chair or chair and counter and hop back, hopping and hopping. Bend the front knee, bring it forward. Now, as we squeeze the knee forward and the heel down, watch the back heel because we want to plant it just like that. Plant that back heel down for stability. You see the angle of the foot? It's no longer facing forward. The inner heel has moved in. Now I check to see, can I turn at the floating ribs? Let me see. I've got the left hand on the chair, the right thumb in the groins, and I'm moving this left hand across like this. And as I do, I start to turn the chest. Remember those side ribs and how sticky they are? I lift and turn the side ribs. I lift and turn the side ribs. Oops, the back heel is coming up. Let me get back into it, press it down. The hip is flaring out. Let me tuck it in and turn and turn and turn and turn and turn the chest. Now the chest is facing the inner thigh. To come out, look forward, hand to the counter, ease the hips back, step down. I'm going to show now, my back will be turned to you. Left foot comes up, hold on, hop, 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 right foot back. Hand on the counter, hand on the chair, watch the back heel. As it moves back and down, the hips descend. And then I squeeze that back heel down. Now I'm extending the right side body. I'm getting a little more oomph into this movement now by stretching the front body and catching the right hand to the chair. It's easier because now I have the counter to help me. I could take both hands to the counter. My elbow is outside the knee, but oops, look here. See how the hip is flaring? I have to move that hip in as I turn. And then I walk my hands down the kitchen cupboards and turn to face the kitchen counter. Revolved or paravritta honasana is at play here. The back of the head moves back in line with the spine, so the whole body has a line from the crown to the tailbone. To come out, look down, ease the hips back, step down. Do you feel a little breathless? If that's happening, palms to the kitchen counter, just step back. Sometimes when we do asymmetrical poses, it's good to take a pose that has the arms and legs doing similar things. It also frees the rib cage and gives us an opportunity just to breathe a little. Now, last pose. Standing with my right hip toward the kitchen chair, I turn the right leg out, stretch the right heel across. Here, I want to release this right thigh toward the floor. I want to absorb the groins into the body. And most importantly today, I want to take this mid-third of the buttock forward and begin to stretch sideways in padangustasana, or the gate latch pose. Here I'm sliding the right hand along, reaching for the side ribs and pulling the right side ribs forward, and then the top palm faces the bottom palm, and they move toward each other in this fashion. Padangustasana, or gate latch pose, requires this action that we've been working for, mid-third of the buttocks in, tailbone under toward pubic bone. When we take the chair across to get left side, here's what it could look like. Standing with the left hip toward the chair, turn the leg out, straighten the leg. Now, as I said earlier, if this height is less than you can do, build it up. Place some things on your chair. Start with taking the top of the left buttocks down, turning this left thigh out, hooking the tailbone under, all of that. Then turn the palm up by turning the upper arm out, sweep the top arm across, and slide that right hand down. Here's the challenge, yogis, right here. Lengthen and turn, and lengthen and turn, and take the top arm across. To come out, sweep the top arm up, turn the foot, and step down. Now, uttitha, hasta, padangustasana, or one leg up, one leg down, can also be revolved. This is called paravritta in Sanskrit. It just means we're turning the way. Could look like this, and I'm going to use the kitchen counter. So I'll set the kitchen chair aside and invite you to have a look. Here, the right heel comes up on the kitchen counter. Now you can see I'm quite a distance from the kitchen counter. So I check to see, can I hop this left foot forward and stretch the right leg a little further? Can I release this thigh? Can I lengthen this buttocks? So I work for that. Hopping toward the counter more and more requires the lengthening of this inner right thigh. And then I lengthen the elbow along the counter. The counter is very helpful as I lengthen the elbow toward this foot. I might be able to catch the big toe with the upper arm turned out, the palm turned up. And when I do, again I have this question, what can I do about this area that's lifting away? Let me see, can I lengthen that side body and maybe catch the outer foot? Can I lengthen those side ribs and draw them toward the counter? And maybe then I can stretch the top arm across and oh, there's the foot. And maybe then I can bring the right side ribs forward, left side ribs back. This is a variation of Parivrtta Janushirasana. Who knew that you could do it with one heel up? It's very similar to triangle, very similar to Parshva, to uttitha, hasta, padangustasana. To come for the second side, I step down, move to the right side of the counter, take the heel up, stretch the heel away. Here there's a big window between the left inner thigh and the kitchen counter. I think I could close that. So let me hop forward so that I get more length of this inner leg. I want to stay on the center of the heel and just the heel bone if I can. Then I turning the left arm out, sliding the elbow along, catch the foot. Oh, but here's the challenge. I have to lengthen the left side of the waist. I have to take the left side of the waist forward and hold the foot. And so I work for that. This side of the rib cage has to come forward. This side of the rib cage has to lengthen. And then this top arm comes across and oh, there's the foot. You see how this top elbow can reach back so I can take the side ribs forward and look into the elbow crease. And up we fly, and down we stand. If you feel all wrung out, it's because it's a pose that does that. It's squeezing the liver and the pancreas and the gallbladder and all of the digestive system. And in the back body, it's squeezing the kidneys. And when they squeeze and are freed, they soak with blood, lymphatic fluid, and all the goodness that the body requires to stay well. Our final pose is a pose that takes us forward onto the counter or the kitchen chair. I'm going to show you on the counter. Facing the counter, I plant the left foot firmly because if the hips are tight, this happens. The heel slides under us. So we have to really firm it down. Face the counter. Take the right leg and bring it straight forward. Bring the heel bone. You see how the leg went out to the side? I have to correct that. Bringing it directly forward from the hip socket. And then I plant the heel and extend this heel away from me. The inner standing foot is firm. I bring the arms up and cross at the elbows and lift the forearms up. As I do that, I'm working not only the legs, but the upper back. Eagle is the name of the arms action here, or Garuda in Sanskrit. To come out, I decide, let me see how it is to come forward. To inch those floating ribs along the thigh, to come forward and to rest the head. Like that. This is a variation of Paschimottanasana, lengthening the front body from back to front. To come out, step down, second side, right foot planted, hand on the tressler for stability. You see, I called it the tressler. For you, it's the kitchen counter. This is stabilizing. And if it's a big reach up, you can use your hand. Use your hand to lift the leg and to come to this place where the heel bone is on. Then I find the balance. Just taking a moment here, bringing the arms up and crossing the other elbow on top and lifting the arms. Garuda, Garudasana arms. Then I release the arms, catch the counter, lift the chest, and inch the chest forward over the extended leg and turn your face and rest the head. Coming out, you'll step down and maybe just take a moment here to balance your limbs, to balance your arms, to come to a symmetrical, evenly balanced pose, gathering the abdomen into the body, stretching the skin of the chest wide, and pressing the front thighs back to lengthen the rib cage. The body is uncoiled. The nighttime of compression in the body is now released. And to quote my very good friend who's filming this for you, early morning yoga is a joy to the world. Thank you so much for joining us. Immeasurable thanks to Dory Miller for her wonderful companionship, and we'll be back to you, probably not next week, but shortly we'll be back to you while you enjoy coming to the studio now or joining our Zoom classes. Either way, we're here for you, yogis. Please do join us.